All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast episode of Campus Conversations. Today, I am joined by Jillian, and she's going to be talking about an initiative that she is starting, kind of like a mentorship program. We're just be talking about that and her overall experience at Vanguard. So my first question is can you kind of like give an overview of like what this program is and kind of like your vision for it? And yeah, I'm going to start there.
Yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast. I'm really
Of
excited
course.
about it. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Jillian. I'm a sophomore here at Vanguard. I'm a double major in political science and history and also communications. So, this program is a Big Brother, Big Sister mentorship program. It's open to history poli sci majors, upperclassmen, so juniors and seniors. Can be involved as mentors, and so they're the bigs of the program. And then the freshmen are the littles of the program. They're the mentees, the one gaining guidance. And each upperclassman will be paired with an underclassman, and then they'll have monthly meetups with free snacks and guided prompts where they can discuss things going on around campus, things that freshmen encounter, or any advice that they might need.
When are the meetings?
Yeah, so they're on your own time, which is super
Okay.
convenient. It's just that the program expects that you meet once a month at least. And whenever that works for you and you're little, you guys can walk around campus and enjoy your snack, meet up at a coffee shop, whatever works best for you.
Is it kind of like a formal thing, like you have to register to be a part of this organization, or is it kind of just like on your own time, you kind of seek out your own mentor? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so we'll have a form where the upperclassmen can register to be mentors. They can be the bigs, where they talk about their career goals, their interests, their experience in school. And then in the fall, when we get our new batch of freshmen, they will have a little bit of time to do an elevator pitch to the upperclassmen who have expressed interest in the program. And then they will be matched up to have their pair.
Got it. Okay. What are the benefits of kind of joining the program, both for both the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen?
Yeah, so as an upperclassman, you're a big, you're a mentor. So you get that experience in leadership and communication skills. And then you also experience a lot of personal growth. I don't know if you ever heard the phrase when one teaches to learn, but walking alongside someone who is at a similar stage of life, you have a little more guidance for them, but you're watching them start their career, you're watching them go through school, all the tips and tricks that you give them can also help yourself. And then this is also a great opportunity to network, build a legacy, and hopefully build a connection with someone. And then for our underclassmen, the littles, they're gaining so much guidance and support from someone who's already walked in their shoes, knows exactly what they're going through. They're getting a lot of career and academic advice, and they'll experience so much development through that. And then also they have so much more increased opportunity as they are gaining insight from someone who's already been through this. And so all those things you didn't know as a freshman, they're not going to have to miss out on.
Yeah. I don't know if you already mentioned this, but is it just like a poli sci thing, or is it anyone can join?
Yeah, so right now it is exclusive to the history poli sci department, just so that we're making sure that we're matching up people with similar career goals so that the advice that they're giving is applicable.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we have like a small major, so it makes it easy to do that. Do you plan on like, expanding it to the rest of the school?
Yeah, I mean, if the program goes really well, like I said, I'm also a comms major. I
Yeah.
would be open to opening up to the comms department. This is kind of like our trial, but I'm
Yeah,
super excited about it.
that's good. How are students paired? Like, what is the system for that?
Yeah, so like I said before, the upperclassmen will fill out an interest form, and there's all sorts of questions about your interests, your career goals, your experience in school. And then when the underclassmen give their elevator pitch, you'll see where do we align? Where can I help you? How can you help me? And then you'll give your list of one, two, three favorites, and then we'll have a little algorithm. It'll match you guys up, and you'll be paired up into a beautiful duo.
Um, is it kind of like history with history, poli sci, or is it that not really? Do you kind of not picture that playing into it as a factor, or like how does that work?
Yeah, so what I imagine will happen, obviously I can't see the future,
Right.
but
Yeah.
like I have an interest in working in government. So I would try to be paired up with a freshman that also has an interest in government.
Yeah.
People who are in the ITEP program and want to be teachers, they're hopefully paired up with freshmen who also want to do ITEP and be a teacher. It's kind of my plan.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're definitely lean more poli sci overall in your interest.
Yeah.
Okay, what inspired the program? Was there something? even at Vanguard or outside of Vanguard that kind of was like, oh, I want to do that?
Yeah, so this semester I started an internship and there was so much new stuff presented to me. I had never written a cover letter before. I didn't know what to wear on the first day of work. And I thought that there was guidance on campus that I didn't have the access to that could probably assist me. I was also meeting people through this internship that were Vanguard alumni, actually History Poli Sci Department alumni that I had never heard of. And they were really great connections and could be a great resource for people at the school. And so I thought about this program and I thought, you know what, this would gain guidance and it provides you with someone who can help you with those little things like what to wear and what you should bring to work
Hmm.
with you, things like that. And then I also imagine it creating connections, building community. And so with that, we're strengthening our alumni network because when these upperclassmen leave, they're still in contact with their littles and it just builds that sense of community and networking.
Yeah. How did you go about making this kind of like a like actual program? Like, did you have to go through like the clubs, like SFD almost, or like how did that happen? Was it just like a
Yeah,
department
so
thing?
it's pretty exclusive to our department.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now, I'm partnered with Dr. Kang on it.
Okay.
And so we've talked to Dr. Jimenez. And because it's pretty exclusive to History Poli
Yeah,
Sci, we didn't have to go through any sort of like the club or
got it.
SFD or get it really approved by like the school. But that is just because it is at a small scale right now.
Okay. Does each upperclassman just get one, or could they mentor multiple people? Like, how do you imagine like kind of like the interests of, the upperclassmen too?
Yeah, so ideally it would be one-to-one mentorship, just that it is personal and everyone has enough time to like fully engage. But if the ratios are off, we'll just have to pivot on
Yeah.
scene and see how that works.
Yeah. What are you most excited about when the program launches?
Yeah, I'm really excited about building community in our department. I think this is a great opportunity to build camaraderie. I think it'll make going to class so much more fun and easy. It'll be so helpful for our department events. And so I'm really just looking forward to how the department grows and shifts as a result of building this.
Yeah. What does like Dr. King and Dr. Jimenez like express as like something that they're looking forward to it?
Yeah, they're looking forward to the legacy. I know that this is something that a lot of schools have a lot of, even outside of history and poli sci, I know in the medical field, you could even compare it to sororities, I guess. This is a common concept throughout different
Hmm.
places. And so I think they're really excited that someone's bringing it here and that we'll have the opportunity to make it more vanguard, make it our own, and experience the benefits of like mentorship and camaraderie.
Yeah. What is like the environment kind of like in the communications department? Is it kind of like personal, like how the HPS is? Like how, um, like if you were to bring it to that department, do you kind of picture it being the same? What's like the environment like with that?
Yeah, the communications department is a little bit bigger and it's in the
Mm,
business school, so it's intertwined with all those other programs.
yeah.
And then there's also emphasis. So I have an emphasis in public relations as a communications major. There are some people who are a film emphasis, tech and emerging media. And so I think it would be easy to bring the mentorship program over to comms and then have people within their emphasis paired up together because that promotes that, again, sense of shared goals and you have the same ideas and same experiences. And so my insight would be helpful to someone studying PR, probably not to somebody studying film, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, how has been double major? How's that been? Has it like intertwined nicely with like the academic side of it? Do they like pair nicely?
Yeah, I really appreciate being a double major. It's obviously an opportunity that I've been presented with, and I'm super fortunate to have it. I feel like I'm have the best of both worlds. I'm integrated with my professors in both, and I get to pull different things from each program. And then I love being the bridge between comms and poli sci. Sometimes there's an internship like presented on the comms side, and I'm like, wow, this
Hmm.
would go great for someone in poli sci. So like I'll share it with that department or we're hosting an event for communications and I can pass that on to people who are in the history poli sci department and they can build that same connection. And so I think it's been a great opportunity for me to work on communicating and building a sense of community in our campus so that the different school of business or history poli sci department, they're not isolated, that we're one big community. And I think that's been
Yeah,
great.
no, that makes sense. Um, have you always been a double major, or did you kind of like express interest later on? Because what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
Okay. Were you always a double major?
No, so this has been my first semester of dual major.
Oh,
I
that's
came into Vanguard actually as a liberal arts major. I thought I wanted to be a teacher. That was
mhm.
not the case. So I moved on to communications and I had a minor in poli sci and history. And then this fall I came in and I said that I was ready to be a double major. And so I took on that opportunity. And this has been my first year of being a double major. And it's been an incredible opportunity. I have so much support from my counselors and both the chairs of the departments, and it's been super helpful and amazing.
That's good. How has the workload been? Is it a lot of work?
It's a little bit different than being one major because I do have to balance two different ways of thinking, I think.
Yeah.
Especially history and communication is way different. Communication is
Right.
very much like theory, how do you feel? How are you making others feel? And then history is very like looking through it like with that critical thinking historical lens is a little bit
Hmm.
different. And so sometimes I have to like switch and flip in my or switch flip a switch in my brain and
Yeah.
transition back to my history poli sci world or back to my communications world. But honestly, because of the small size of Vanguard and the connections that built, I've had so much support, and so it hasn't been overwhelming to me at all, which is I'm so fortunate for that.
Yeah. That's good. Do you wish that it was like a split major, or do you kind of like the history poli sci aspect to it?
Oh, that's a good question. I have a passion for history, which I think helps me a lot. My main focus is in political science because, like I said, I'm more geared towards government.
Hmm.
However, history is so important when you're talking about government, and it also is something that I just find interesting. So I
Hmm.
appreciate having both history and poli sci because then I'm not a triple major, which
Yeah.
would be
No,
crazy,
exactly.
but I'm still able to reap the benefits of having both those experiences. And so I appreciate it.
Yeah. What are kind of like, I know you mentioned government, but like, what is like specifically your career end goal?
Yeah, so I'm super passionate about our community. I want to help people. I want to see the community grow. And so I'm more geared towards local government. I'm really passionate about city government, county government, even I guess the state I could get behind. And so my dream someday is to be some sort of an elected. I would love to hold office. But right now I'm working in a lot of political communications because that's what fits my major really well, and that's where a lot of the doors are open for me. And
Hmm.
so in I've been in that political world, but kind of behind the scenes, and it's been really interesting to see how the wheels turn, how everything happens, and how many players are involved in even the smallest decisions that you wouldn't think
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. I remember even in Dr. King's public policy class that you were like really connected with like the city government when we did like that tour. So how do you kind of like make those connections?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of networking and LinkedIn. What helps me a lot is my personality. I'm super outgoing. I'm very type A. I'm super, like, I want to meet everyone I love. I'm an extrovert. And so it's super easy for me to cold call people or just like randomly email
Yeah.
someone or just walk into their office. And I know for a lot of people that is not easy. And I totally understand that. But my biggest thing is just like, email as many people as you can. The internet is such a gift. Really, like whatever job you can think of, there's 25 people doing it in Orange County right now, and they
Yeah.
all have emails on the internet. And you'd be surprised how many people are just like, yeah, how does Monday work? Let's grab coffee. And
Yeah.
it's just like you build a little web and then they're all connected. And so then they introduce you to someone else, or you're at an event and you run into them again and you guys get to have lunch with another person. And once you start, it kind of gains momentum really, really
Yeah.
fast. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, like I'm at an event and I know I have people in the room. And it's just like it all starts with that one email that you're a little nervous to send, but it'll pay
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. I know you mentioned at the beginning that you had an internship that kind of inspired you to do this program at Vanguard. Can you kind of detail that internship? Like what exactly are you doing?
Yeah, so I am a business relations intern at the Orange County Business Council. And OCBC is a nonprofit organization based in Irvine with the goal of furthering the economy of Orange County. And they do that through housing, infrastructure, education, workforce development, all the things that you don't think about that
Yeah.
fuel the economy, they're thinking about it. They work similar to a chamber of commerce.
Okay.
And I work in their public affairs department. So I work on press releases, social media, media outreach, and then I'm also engaged with their government affairs team and their workforce development team. And I've been able to build so many connections through this internship. It's an incredible opportunity, and I'm so fortunate to have it.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Did you kind of just do that just by like you said, like emailing and networking? How did you hear about this?
Yeah, somebody that I built through my network, they posted it on LinkedIn. And so I just applied through the job on LinkedIn. And then the person who had posted it, I emailed her and was like, hey, just wanted to let you know I saw this internship on your LinkedIn and I applied because I had built a relationship with her. She was able to recommend me. And like I said, they all know each other.
Yeah.
And so, because I had built that connection, fostered that relationship, I followed her on LinkedIn. I'm super diligent on LinkedIn too. I check it every single day. So I never miss job postings or anything like that. And she was like, wow, like I just posted, like that's so, like, wow, like how did you already see that?
Yeah,
And it's just like making those impressions, always be the hardest worker in the room. And through that networking, I was able to secure the internship, and it's really been such a blessing.
that's good. Would you say Vanguard has kind of prepared you for that, like in terms of like academics and networking?
Yeah, I think that Vanguard does offer some good opportunities for networking. Like I said before, I really like Vanguard because it's a small school.
Yeah.
So I know all of my professors, and I know that if I needed help with something, I can always shoot them an email. I'll bring up LinkedIn again. I like how you can see people who have mutuals. So if I meet
Yeah,
someone out in the world and I look them up on LinkedIn and then I say, oh, Dr. Kang is a mutual, I'll
right.
shoot Dr. Kang an email and
Yeah,
she'll kind of give me an introductory email to that person. And so it's just like having resources like professors and esteemed people in the community so close to us at the school has
yeah,
been so helpful.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experiences with that and your vision for the program that will come in the fall. Sounds really exciting.
Yeah, thank you so much for having
Of
me.
course, thank you. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.